Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about currency and Russia. And in the process, we're going to see something that gets used a lot, and we're going to figure out how to be better consumers of information. Because I got this message, and a similar thing came in two or three times. And it's basically, hey, we keep hearing that the Russian economy isn't doing well, but I just got this meme that says the ruble is outperforming the dollar. Wait, what? and that seemed a little odd, but I looked into it. And you can find that in a number of places. And it's not actually an inaccurate statement if you add the additional context. Basically, over the last month, the ruble's been doing better. It has been doing better. Now, the subtext of pretty much everything that I saw was the Russian economy is fine. It's even outperforming the U.S. The sanctions aren't working, so we should totally stop imposing them because they're not having any effect. That's the general tone of these articles. So to start with, this is what you can do. Go to Google and type in ruble to dollar. Click enter. And you'll get a chart. And it'll come up, normally it comes up right at 30 days, showing you 30 days. But it has options for other time periods. Go ahead and click, 6 months, a year, 5 years, doesn't matter. They're all red. They're all red. So what's happened is there was this period where the ruble did better than it had been because it has taken such a dive, it got a little bit better. So the charts turned green. So if you were somebody who, hypothetically speaking, had a vested interest in showing that the sanctions weren't working and that the Russian economy was fine, you would want to highlight that. So you just use that period, cherry picking the data. Especially if you don't include the additional context of even after this miraculous gain where the Russian economy is racing ahead, it's still down a massive amount. It's just over this little period. So then you have to figure out what happened in that little period. It's been going on for about a month. Here's a headline from October 12th. Russian ruble surges after Putin ordered 43 companies to prop up the slumping currency by selling some of their foreign cash. They're cooking the books. Now, given the fact that this was a deliberate thing and something that was so open it got coverage, and then there was a push right at the 30-day mark to put it out there that the ruble's doing so much better and it's doing great. There might be a little bit of an organized effort here as an attempt to show that the economic sanctions on Russia aren't working. Here's the thing. If sanctions aren't working, the country that is having them imposed on it, they're not going to say they're not working, just so you know, because they wouldn't want their opposition to make them stronger. It's one of those things where people will only, or countries will only indicate sanctions aren't working when they are. So if you look at this whole chunk of information, you see something that might very well be intentional. You don't know it. It could just be happenstance that it got reported the way that it did. But it could be intentional. You definitely have an overt attempt to make the Russian economy appear stronger than it is. You have a direct order from the head of state to companies to engage in something that would prop up the currency. And the way the information came out, it was cherry picked. It's not showing the actual impacts of the sanctions. When if you look at a year or 5 years, what you'll see is this just horrific drop right when the war starts. And then you see the initial round of Putin trying to stabilize the economy, and you see the currency shoot back up. And then you see an incredibly steady decline from that point forward. The massive surge in the ruble, when you're looking at the 1 year or 5 year picture, you can't even see it when you're looking at the graph. It's that small. So I wouldn't worry too much about this, but it's a good way to kind of train yourself to look for more context, broader picture. If it is true, why did it happen? When did it start? Look for events at that time. You'll find them. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.